You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Rose and welcome to Masters in Trading Live. Masters in Trading Live, I get on here every day the market's open, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, go over the market, share some thoughts. Once in a while we'll share our trade of the day. It's Monday, Super Bowl last night. We are big Eagles fans, super happy Eagles won. Thank you everybody for joining us today. We got the chat filled, the chat is up, and we are very excited for the day. Without a doubt, 2025. This is going to be the year of the news bombs. We're going to see news left and right. We got tariffs coming out today. I think all these news bombs are just added volatility to the market. The news is not going to push the market one way or the other. Let the thing trade, let the market work itself out, and that's where we can find some really, really good opportunities. That's what we're finding right now. I talk about our earnings approach. Trading earnings, it's like clockwork. It comes around 4 times a year, and it's the most reliable approach that we have to trading the market. So we're going to talk about earnings a little bit. We're going to go over the market, and then I got my chat up. We'll answer any questions that you guys have. Let's go get them. I'm going to start off right here because Doximity. Doximity is a name that we trade around earnings. Doximity likes to move a lot for its earnings. So look, earnings. Earnings. When you buy options, you want names that are going to jump. Because when they jump, you're able to make a whole bunch of money. Too often, a name will be up 50%, or your trade will be up 50%, and you'll want to lock in profits. But with earnings, we get a big jump, and that puts you in position to potentially be able to make 400% or more. Brian, great trade with Docs. I was happy to give this shout out today. All right, February 6th. That was Thursday. I shared this chart. This is on the QQQs. Longer term perspective. This is coiling up. When the market coils up, oftentimes we'll see a big breakout, either way higher or way lower. But oftentimes in volatility, we get tricked into thinking something's going on, but often there's nothing going on. There's just not that much going on. So February 6th, we shared this. Here's the update. February 10th. Let me go back to that previous chart again. Erase all these marks, okay? Here's what it looked like. Keep it simple. Here's what it looks like today. February 10th, 527 was the last price in the QQQs. The Qs are up at about 530 right now. Let's pull them up. 530. You'll also notice that this formation is still in play. Now, we don't talk about technicals that often, but when they line up, we respect them. It's often that there's not that much going on. Traders, investors want to make something happen, but you can't do that. You got to wait. So here on a daily, watch what happens when we put it on a weekly. Let's go look at 2 years, weekly. Last week's high, 532. The week before, 531.52. The week before, 533. Massive resistance up here. Do we all see that? Guys in the chat? Keep things simple. Right now, we are not breaking out to the upside. If anything, we're running into some really strong resistance. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Hey, Harry, thank you. We can do the same thing, not just with the QQQ. We can do the same thing with the IWM, the Russell. Hopefully you guys can see this. This is a daily, February 6th. Okay, a little trend line. We take it out, we come right back. Here is the weekly. Same thing, guys. Weekly. And I'll pull up a live chart as well. Why am I doing this? It feels like we're busy. It feels like there's a lot going on. I'm doing this because there's not that much going on. Okay? Perspective. Here we go. Weekly. Boom. 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 This week, as much as it feels like things are higher, you woke up this morning, you checked whatever app you checked to see the market, it looks like the Dow's up 80 or 90. Things are strong. Are they? The high of the IWM last week, 30.70, 230.70, 230.32 the week before that, 230.23. If anything, I think these are going to be your line in the sand. 527 is a nice line in the sand, in my opinion, for this IWM. And if anything, I think it's a little heavy. I'm a little more bearish than bullish on these indices. I wanted to take the time and go through that for perspective. I loved this comment in our Discord. I loved it so much that I wanted to share it with you guys because this is about stops. You guys in the chat, do you guys use stops? What are your feelings on stops? Because stops, and a stop is you only want to lose a certain amount, so you stop yourself out. So stocks, yes, use stops. Okay? If you buy at 100, you may only want to lose down to $90, okay? And that's your stop. Fine. I get that. For options, I'm going to pull up an option chain right here. And I just have Applied Optoelectronics. I like this stock. If I wanted to buy these, and I don't want to buy these, this is not a trade recommendation, okay? If I wanted to buy these, I would buy these for 80 cents and I could buy a 10 lot for $800. If I decided I wanted to buy these for $800 and I buy 10, and then I decided, oh, stupid, I just messed up. I don't want these anymore, and I just get out. I'll buy for 800 and then I'll sell for 700. I'm losing 15% just on execution costs alone. So when I'm buying options, we don't want to use stops. Okay? So watching the replay of today's MIT stop, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but don't think about buying options as far as I'm going to invest $1,000 and only lose 500. You want to make the decision on what you're comfortable risking before you get into the market, not after you get into the market. If you haven't watched the video on stops, please take the time. It's on masterthantrading.com/masterthantrading live. You can just search Jonathan Rose, but please watch the video because how we trade stops with options is very different than how people trade stops with stocks. Another question, you have stops on futures or bond trades? When I'm trading futures, I'm going to use a stop. I'll use a P&L stop. Okay? Our futures positions, if they get a bit convoluted, I'll use a stop for a P&L. I won't use a stop as a level in the market because usually the professionals will go after those stops in the market. Now, this is the free portion of the video. I get on here every single day. The market's open 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The next portion is our All Access. In our All Access portion, I want to go over our earnings portfolio. So everybody in All Access, you guys don't go anywhere. For everybody else, we'll see you live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for watching, and go Birds!